Tashikwa, thank you for coming to consult TBH IP Consulting Services for the registration of your service, which may contribute to the realization of Vision 2030. I'm very happy to assist you in this regard and to shed more clarity on the patent registration process. I'm sure Mr. Shikwa knows that the author of a book or an inventor of a machine is usually the owner's work, and so from that ownership, certain consequences flow if someone happens to copy without taking into consideration the owner's rights. And every time we purchase one of these items, a portion of our payment is actually returned to the owner as payment for their time because they have invested their resources, time, and thought into creation. So before you put your innovative service onto the market, I would like to explain to you a term known as the intellectual property strategy. This strategy is the creation of a plan of action that makes use of intellectual property to help a business sustainably realize greater pricing, gain a market share, keep costs lower than its competitors, and also the plan actually needs to be created in alignment with your business goals. This can happen by obtaining IP rights for your invention, which is a service in this regard, and by leveraging existing IP assets. And in order for you to gain competitive advantage in the marketplace, that's very important. So in a nutshell, an IP strategy is the roadmap towards the creation of your business and how IP, intellectual property, will support it. And the good thing with an IP strategy is that it helps entities manage their intangible assets, including patents, trade secrets, trademarks, and copyrights, in a way that aligns with their overall business strategy goals. And in Namibia, BIPA only registers trademarks, copyrights, and industry designs. So it's very, very important that you don't waste your efforts or resources into duplicating of efforts on what is already existing, or at the same time, we also wouldn't want you to get in trouble with the law. So before you introduce your service to the market, I highly recommend that you apply the order loop model, which will help you analyze your idea before before it's implemented, because it will help you observe what is existing in the environment or market, orient yourself by becoming familiar with the most important details of information and circumstances, decide on a path of action, and then you take action based on your decision. So BIPA stands for Business Intellectual Property Authority and is established by the Business and Intellectual Property Authority Act number 8 of 2016. And the core functions of BIPA are to register and grant intellectual property rights in Namibia, promote the creation, use, and protection of IP, and also contribute to the development of the domestic, regional, and international IP legal frameworks. So when we're talking about regional, we are referring to ARIPO, which is Africa Regional Intellectual Property, and it was established by the Lusaka Agreement on the creation of the African Regional Intellectual Property, to which Namibia is a member. And it was established to promote intellectual property in the region as a tool for socio-economic development for its member states. But the offices are actually in Harare, Zimbabwe, not in Namibia. And if you want to register your service internationally, it is registered with WIPO, which is the World Intellectual Property Organization, which is established by the Convention Establishing for the World Intellectual Property Organization, and it serves as a global forum for intellectual property services, policy, information, and cooperation. It does exist to lead the development of a balanced and effective international IP system that enables innovation, creativity for the benefit of all member states. And its headquarters are in Geneva, Switzerland, and not in Zimbabwe. Yes, that's how international it gets. So a patent, like in your case now, this is an exclusive right that is granted by government authority for an invention. This invention can be a product or process that provides a new way of doing something or offer a new technical solution to a problem. In short, a patent just provides protection for the invention to the owner. And registering a patent has its advantages because it provides exclusive rights to owner to exploit invention commercially. Patent also provide means for technical exchange And the patent documents are vital resources for researchers, business people, inventors, academics, and anyone else who wants to keep up with the new development in their field. So what you need to take cognizance of is that the invention needs to be new, it must be inventive, it must not be obvious, it must be applicable to industrial use, and it should conform to natural and statutory laws. And the time frame for a patent product or service under current law, patent is granted for 14 years, which is renewable every after 3, 7, or 10 years respectively. So in order for you to register your unique service as a patent, you need to follow the guidelines that are indicated in the Industrial Property Act, especially on page 18 to 56. I have a copy here which I'll email to you when we are done, so that you go and read and understand, and to make sure that what you want to bring into the market, it's not someone else's idea. But in a nutshell, in order for you to register your patent, you need to file it with BIPA, taking into consideration the registration eligibilities of a design in Namibia. Please check BIPA's web page also for information. So the application process is guided by the IP Act that I have alluded to earlier, and the criteria looks at the originator or the inventor of the design, the assignee or a company, as long as they can provide proof that they are vested the right in the design with respect to Namibia. And it should also contain specifications of a description, drawings where required, an abstract, disclosure of the information of the subject matter where the patent application is derived from, and information on its biological resources, or on whether it's associated with traditional knowledge. The request also needs to contain a petition to the effect that a patent can be granted, the name and other prescribed information concerning the application, the inventor and agent depending on the route that you are taking to register it, and the title of the invention. The application fee to pay to BIPA is approximately 1,000 Namibian dollars if the amount didn't change over the years. It is very important also to know that a design can only be registered if it's new, original. It cannot be registered if a similar one exists on the register. It cannot be registered if it resembles another that has been published before. It cannot be registered if it is the subject of an earlier application by another applicant. And also, protection of your design is quite territorial. So in order for you to acquire protection in other countries, you are encouraged to file under the Hague Agreement or the Harare Protocol, both administered by WIPO. Yes, sir. Okay, you are welcome, sir. Thank you so much.